Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is a little different. With me today is the gorgeous Alyssa. Show her some love, give this video a thumbs up. I'm gonna link her socials down below. But today I'm doing a glowy summer no makeup that will last all day, especially in the hot weather. But before we get into this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Your support helps me more than you know. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. To start off, I'm using this ice roller by Stacked Skincare. This is a really great tool to depuff the skin, especially under the eyes. This also just gives a lifted and sculpted look to the face before even applying any makeup. I just store this in the freezer until I'm ready to use it, and then I roll it across the face, and it honestly just feels so good and so refreshing, especially in the hot summer weather. Next, I'm going in with my Embryolisse Lake Cream Moisturizer. I always like to hydrate the skin before makeup, especially if I'm doing a no makeup. I just think it's really important that the skin is prepped with great skincare so that the makeup applies on top seamlessly. I'm not really applying too much of this, and I'm really making sure to work it into the skin, taking my time so that it absorbs nicely. Next is one of my favorite under eye creams. This is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Cream. I find this to be such a nice eye cream because it really does a nice job hydrating and depuffing without being too heavy. For eye cream, you want to apply a very thin layer because the skin under the eyes and on the lid is the most delicate skin on the face, and you also want to ensure that the eyeshadow you apply on top isn't sliding around too much because you applied too much product, so just something to keep in mind. Of course, I cannot do a makeup look without my Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Ugh, this is just the best lip mask I've ever tried. It plumps, it deeply hydrates, and it also just gives such a nice glow to the lips. I really can't say enough good things about this product. To prep the skin a little bit more, I'm going to apply the Smashbox Oil and Shine Control Primer. This is a really good one. I'm just strategically applying this only in the areas where Alyssa's skin tends to get oily. This will control the oil in those places and also just blur any texture as well. I'm sure you can see as I'm pressing this into her skin, it's really just blurring her pores. I'm mainly focusing this in the center of her face as well as her chin and forehead. I find this step to be really important for a summer look as well because you want your makeup to last all day. You want your skin to be nice and primed so that your makeup is not sliding around or curdling or anything like that. For foundation, I'm using this Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I'm using the shade 5 Neutral. I love this product because it gives the skin beautiful coverage without looking like a foundation. I'm always a little reserved about foundations, especially for a no makeup. I just want the skin to look like skin, and this really does it for me. The skin still looks radiant and natural, but it gives the skin a really flawless look and evens out the skin tone. So yeah, it's pretty much the perfect product for this kind of look. I'm really loving it lately. I'm just working it into the skin with a sponge. This one that I'm using is from Morphe. For concealer, I'm using this one by Hourglass. This is their Vanish Airbrush Concealer. I'm pretty sure I'm using the shade Fawn, but I'm gonna link everything down below, so don't forget to check everything out there. I've been loving these concealers so much. They are a go-to for me. They're a full coverage concealer, but they don't look heavy on the skin, which is so important in my opinion. If you're going for a no makeup look, I would recommend going lighter with your base and then concealing only where necessary. In this case, I'm mainly focusing this product under her eyes, in the center of her face, like around the chin, mouth, forehead. Alyssa has absolutely beautiful skin, so I really did not need to use much product at all. She made my job super easy. To contour, I'm using my NARS Laguna Bronzing Cream in the shade number 2. I'm applying this to the hollows of her cheeks just to accentuate her already amazing bone structure. I'm blending in an upwards motion, and then I'm going in with a beauty sponge, the same sponge that I used for foundation and concealer, and I'm just blending the edges of it to keep it looking nice and neutral. I just want it to look like a natural shadow on the face. I'm also applying a little bit of this on her forehead as well as her jawline. To prime the eyes, I'm using the NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base in the shade Medium. I love these eyeshadow bases. Although I'm not doing a ton of eyeshadow on Alyssa today, these shadow bases even out the eyelid and cover up any discoloration, and eyeshadows also apply really nicely on top, and it makes the shadow last longer throughout the day, so especially if you're wearing this kind of makeup in the summer, you really want a primer like this to keep your eyeshadow in place and keep it from creasing. So Alyssa has absolutely amazing brows, and I'm just obsessed with the look of her natural brows. So I'm going to use the Refi Brow Gel, and I'm going to coat her brow hairs with this, and then use the brush that it comes with to comb the brows into place. I really want her brows to look nice and fluffy and just really accentuate what she naturally has going on. I think her brows are just so beautiful and unique, and I just want to accentuate them. I also took a little bit of the Refi Brow Pomade in the shade Dark to draw a few single hair strokes throughout her brows. Again, I really want to keep this super minimal. I wanted her brows to look pretty much like her natural brows, but I just kind of filled in a couple little tiny gaps that I could see. Taking the Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette, I'm using the shade Transition on a fluffy brush to contour her eyes a little bit. I'm running this through her crease and blending this out with a very light hand because I just want a nice and diffused look. I'm also running a little bit of that same shade on her lower lash line. Next, I'm going with this gorgeous palette by PatMcGrath. I'm using the shade Blitz Venus and applying this all over her lid for a gorgeous glow. These shimmers are just unreal. I've never used anything like them before. They are so fine and delicate, yet extremely impactful, if that makes sense. I also take a little bit of this into her inner corner as well. Then, taking a small amount of the shade Extreme Nocturne, I'm running that along her lash line with a tiny detailed brush. I don't really want this to look like eyeliner. I'm more so looking to accentuate her lash line to bring a little more attention to the eyes, and I want to make her lashes look a little bit thicker. I almost want this to look undetectable, so I'm just working with a very tiny amount and being careful to blend it out. For mascara, I'm using my Buxom Lash Volumizing Mascara, and I'm applying 2 coats of this to her upper lashes and 1 coat to her lower lashes. I'm using this brush by MAC. I'll link it down below for you guys. I always get a lot of questions about this brush, but I love applying mascara with this brush. I feel like I really have control of exactly where I'm applying my mascara, and I can coat every single lash evenly from root to tip. For blush, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand. I'm just applying this to the apples of her cheeks and a little bit on the bridge of her nose and blending that out with a Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush Brush. I'm so obsessed with this brush. It makes the process so quick and easy. Honestly, I really love these Beauty Light wands, especially this pink one. I love the radiant finish they give to the cheeks, and this pink tone is just so perfect, so universally flattering and extremely easy to blend out. These are definitely a summer must-have for me. To set under the eyes, of course, I'm using my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. But first, I'm going to tap away any excess products that could possibly settle into any fine lines, although Alyssa doesn't have any fine lines. This is just a trick I do all the time. Immediately after doing that, I'm just pressing this powder into her under eyes with the powder puff to set that concealer in place. And honestly, it's okay if there's a little bit of excess. I'm going to brush it away later. To set the rest of the face, I'm using my Laura Mercier Ultra Blur Talc-Free Translucent Loose Setting Powder. That is such a mouthful, but I really like this powder. I'm just pressing this into the face using a powder puff as well, just in certain areas that I want looking a little bit more matte. I'm really not going too overboard with this because I want her skin to have a little bit of glow still. For a lip liner, I'm sticking with my go-to. I'm using MAC Whirl Lip Pencil. This is literally just the best lip liner ever, in my opinion. I'm overlining her top lip a tiny bit just to give her a more poutier look, and then I'm going around the rest of the perimeter of her lips. After lining her lips, I take an eyeshadow brush and just lightly run it along the edges to soften them a bit. I don't want her lips to look like she's wearing lip liner and lipstick. I just want to naturally enhance them. For lipstick, I'm using the Rare Beauty Kind Words matte lipstick in the shade Humble. I'm just taking a small amount of this on a brush and pressing it into the lips. I really want the lipstick, again, to look light and diffused, almost like she's not wearing anything at all. So yeah, I'm just being really delicate with this, applying it with a light hand and diffusing it out. If you want to apply it straight from the tube, you can also just lightly tap this lipstick in instead of swiping. To finish the lips, I'm applying the NARS Afterglow Lip Gloss. I'm just using their clear gloss for this, and I'm applying a nice, generous layer to the lips. To finish off the look, I'm using my Refi Gloss Highlighter on the high points of the cheeks. This is also a summer must-have for me. It just gives you the most gorgeous sun-kissed glow. This highlighter is not too sticky and it doesn't separate the makeup underneath at all, which I really appreciate. I also apply a little bit on the bridge of her nose. I just think it looks so cute. To lock it all into place, I'm setting her face using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. It's a really great setting spray and it really does help to keep your makeup looking flawless all day long. And that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this glowy summer no makeup look. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.